SVG's Jason Dachman here with another edition of SVG SportsTech On Demand. We are joined today by Brandon Baker, Strategic Account Manager at Sencore. Brandon, thanks so much for taking the time. Where are you calling us from, and is everybody okay out there?
Yeah, everybody's great. I'm calling in from Longmont, Colorado, just north of Denver. And thanks for having me. Great to see you. Glad we had an opportunity to chat this morning.
Absolutely. So again, NAB is not necessarily happening physically, but I'm sure that Sencore has plenty of innovations and products coming out nonetheless. So give us an idea of just a few of the highlights in terms of your guys' biggest announcements right now.
Yeah, certainly. So our gateway devices are getting a lot of attention for the flexibility of the inputs and the outputs and the formats supported. So whether it's as simple as turning Zixi or SRT to a transport stream, or something more complicated like encoding HEVC or decoding to SMPTE, we can do that in a single platform and sometimes in the cloud. So if you need to grab remote content and quickly get that back to a central hub, or you need to turn that content around once it's in the hub, we have a complete set of solutions that will do that. Mm-hmm. And also with the addition of our first uncompressed monitoring probe last year, we can now analyze both transport stream and SDI over IP.
That's great.
Certainly a lot going on in kind of the distribution turnaround monitoring space for us.
Right. Yeah, I mean, are there any big trends that you're seeing in that area right now in terms of, what customers are asking for? Obviously, the world's changing rapidly right now, but what are you seeing in the marketplace overall?
Yeah, so new facility builds with SMPTE as the backbone is becoming more and more popular, and we have a full suite of distribution monitoring solutions ready for 2110 deployment. Another trend we're seeing is increased distribution over the open internet. So, again, whether you want to send, receive, Zixi, SRT, RIST, customers want a simple way to transport not only the primary feed, but the backup feed as well, and oftentimes in a single platform. So certainly developing a lot of our solutions around that. And then one last thing I'll mention here is, we keep hearing this desire when it comes to monitoring and analysis that our customers want to see, one piece of glass as kind of an overview for their entire network. And we're constantly coming up with new ways to kind of present that in that penalty box style layout that people are looking for.
Right, penalty box style. Yeah, I like that. So, obviously we're in an unfortunate situation now globally, but, our little corner of the world in terms of video production and live production is going to change, no question, as a result of this pandemic. I'm curious, how do you see it? I know you don't have a crystal ball, but how do you see the distribution side of things changing and the technology needing to change? And how can Sencore kind of play a role as people look to create content and distribute content differently after this?
Yeah, so I definitely see the possibility that when the pandemic is over, that a certain percentage of engineers, remote workers, and broadcast media are going to continue to work remotely. And I think it's our job to come up with simple solutions that can be deployed quickly in the field, so that that remote worker doesn't have to visit necessarily the broadcast facility to get that launch. So whether that's launching virtual options in GCP or AWS, or continuing to offer our full and open API so people can log in from anywhere and make changes and set up instances. Certainly we're going to continue to focus on that. I think like just about everybody right now, 80% of our employees are working from home. Both of our manufacturing facilities are open, but of course, taking all the necessary safety measures during production. We've moved all of our meetings online. We're trying to increase our presence on social media, basically kind of a virtual roadshow, if you will, in light of NAB being canceled. So want to really hit the ground running, when this is over, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
but I think we'll be really well positioned both short term and long term.
Right. Well, it is going to be a different world, and we'll see how we all react on the other side. But Brandon, thanks so much for taking the time to join us today. Really appreciate it, and stay safe out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And that's another edition of SVG Sports Tech On Demand. For our future editions, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.